Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gloria Nelson with Tug, and we're so glad to have you join us today for our Tug Connects 365 programming. As you get settled and get ready for the start of today's webinar, let me give a brief introduction to Tug, the usergroup.org, for both our current members and those of you who represent organizations that have not yet joined our online community of info distribution software users. Now, we've all heard that phrase, knowledge is power, and I can say with confidence that after today's presentation, you'll be waking up tomorrow with a bit more of both. Tug webinars, online forums, and member events facilitate the timely exchange of ideas and information to help you work smarter and with more confidence. Now, that's a powerful combination. If you're currently a member, it pays to get even more involved. And if you're not, please visit our website to discover why 2,300 heads are better than just one to be the best at what you do. Now, before we get started, let me touch base on a couple of housekeeping items. We are going to be running about 35 to 40 minutes in content with regard to our brief overviews in our showcase, along with a couple of questions of each one of our partners. So make sure that you drop your questions into the Q&A bubble. That allows everyone online to see what you've already posted. And if they want to hear the answer, simply by liking that in the Q&A bubble, it will populate and push that question up to the top because we have limited time. And also, I will be monitoring the chat button as well, the chat window, to make sure that we're getting all the content and questions answered that we can. Now, also, we can tell you that this is partner content. We know that they want to share and get the word out about their products. So please feel free to go ahead and take screenshots as well as capture any chat. And also your peers many times benefit from your own insights as well. So without any further ado, it is now my pleasure to introduce our panel. We've got Ben Rudnick, a fun hat at funhat.com. As you can see, he's giving you a tip of his brim. Scott Freimeyer, who is Senior VP of Marketing at Unilog. Craig Basson, CEO of EasyAsk. Suresh Donovan, CEO and founder of NishTech. And John Green, VP of Manufacturing and Distribution at Optimizely. So without any further ado, I'm going to share and turn the screen over to Ben Rudnick. He is first up today in our showcase. So Ben, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you very much. Since I've been speaking at Tug for over a dozen years, many of you already know me. I have also been speaking at other conferences such as e-tail or, just a wide variety. For over 20 years, I've been invited to speak at conferences all across the US and even in Asia. I was working directly with EasyAsk for a number of years, and I'm actually the guy who trained the Infor team on how to implement and do integrations. And EasyAsk chooses me as their preferred partner to deliver formal training to all customers with Storefront. And I've also built out a number of packaged offerings I call power-up packages, which we'll dive into a little bit today. And if you go to the Tug conference or hit me up, you can get a lot more details. In addition, I also work as a strategic consultant on e-commerce, application design, as well as exponential organizational models. If you attended the Tug conference this year, there was actually one of the keynotes talking about exponential organizational models. And that's something I've been involved with for a number of years. And basically the idea is making more with less, right? And so without further ado, let's dive into a little bit more interesting content. So for starters, one of the things I realized in working with many Tug and Storefront sites is that there's a lot of challenges that are specific to the B2B world that are consistent from one site to the next. Things like how to deal with plumbing supplies or how to deal with dimensions like inches, right? And so I built a number of these things, and they're basically what would normally take, days or weeks to develop, but they can get implemented in only a day because they've been, prepackaged and staged in a way that's easy to just plug right into the EasyAsk system. Everything from improving the search to improving analytics so that you can see what's going on. And also transparency is something that's really valuable because sometimes you're scratching your head wondering, why is it doing that And so what I do is I actually, for example, sometimes I'll pull information that Storefront has, and I'll be able to display that in the EasyAsk system, so you can see what Storefront is using that's influencing EasyAsk. Also, we do things to improve the speed of a page. Recently, I worked on a client site, and we got their homepage to run 5 times faster. So that is something that is, of course, a huge return on investment. Everybody knows the faster you can load a page, especially the homepage, the best. But one of the other best parts about these plugins is it's a lower cost than going through direct consulting, but it also reduces project risk because you know exactly what you're going to get. It's not your usual kind of science project of a consulting engagement. Some of the more specifics here. In general, we've taken things from many sites, right? You know, these are things, anything that I turn into a plugin is something that I've implemented at least 3 times at different sites, and we've distilled down the commonalities. You know, sites like JLM, CSI, United Notions, and HD Supply, and many others. I can see a number of the names on the list of attendees are people that I've worked with over the years. In addition to just the Tug sites, I've been working with other sites for well over 20 years in e-commerce, places like North Face and LL Bean and even Amazon. But in general, the concept is these power-ups, they just plug right into your system and they give you a whole new level that your site operates on, and as well, it gives you tools that your team using EasyAsk can make better use of. In general, for training, I mostly teach people what I call the Introduction to Studio course, but there are a few storefront sites that get into the server management and support course that I've developed, as well as the developer training, which is, you know, a further growth and extension of the core training that we even gave to the storefront folks, you know, well over a dozen years ago. I think it was 2007 when I delivered a developer training course to the storefront team. And so the developer training course that I deliver now is that plus a lot more that is specific to how people like to extend the data. If you're somebody who's a storefront site that really gets into playing with the meat and potatoes of your site, which is your data. The Intro to Studio course, as I said, is the most popular course for people who have storefront. It's delivered either on a per site basis or on a per seat basis. Generally, about once a month, I deliver a group a session, which is done on a per seat basis. So you might be in the session with other people on from other companies. You know, then you have access to the course material for 30 days, and then I have to switch it over to the next person, or the next group. But more commonly, actually, I deliver a lot of training on a per site basis. And the nice thing there is that we actually set up all the training materials on your server. So if you want to go through a refresher 6 months down the line, or you have some new team member you'd like to join, you have all the materials and you can actually just put them through training on your own, and you know, they'll get a lot of value out of that. Plus, there's no seat limit. So once you're training more than 3 people, it makes sense to go on the per site basis as well. Data services is something that's been increasinternally requested from storefront folks, especially when they're getting into platform migrations, right? If you're moving from Infor onto Magento, I've handled a handful of those. I've even done project management on platform migrations to Magento. And so just getting the data out of storefront is not always straightforward, but I've done it a few times, so it's actually pretty easy for me. Sometimes people want to extend the data, bring in new data fields that are available to storefront and EasyAsk, and I can help with that, as well as enriching data. For example, most recently I worked on a project with a client who had data that they inherited through an acquisition of a company, and that data you know, actually had more than one thing. It had the brand name and the manufacturer part number squished together in one field, and I was able to improve how that was enabling the search system, but also split it apart into 2 different things so we can actually create a brand attribute off of it on the fly. And getting into the navigation of categories and attributes is something that I help out a number of sites with improving and analyzing the best way to deal with that. You know, one example is JLM Wholesale. They came to me and their entire catalog structure was just based off of the brand, right? That was the main catalog structure. And if you go check out their site, you'll see that we built an entire navigation that is derived on the fly based off of the data in the site. So, you know, are you looking for a door lock or are you looking for a door closer, right? You know, we figure out the way that a shopper would actually care to search. And so we use a marketplace competitive analysis of that. Plus, I actually have some artificial intelligence algorithms that I've developed myself that explore the availability of data in your system, as well as the search behavior of your customers and the buyers on your site, and see what their intention is. And so we align that and put that together into something that has proven to be a really good method for delivering higher conversion and average order value and adoption of your site. Because if you have low site adoption, it's not just the fact that you've got a not so great search or a not so great navigation or a not so great website. It's the whole thing all put together. And, you know, we definitely want you to have the best opportunity to continue into the next 100 years with your business. So with that, feel free to reach out to me at ben@funhat.com for anything I can do to be helpful. Thank you very much for the time. Are there any questions? I can't hear you, Gloria.
Me muting myself. Thanks, Ben. First question is, my site has poor navigation with categories and attributes. I love what you have done for other sites. Do I need to fix my categories and attribute data first?
That's a really common question. And unfortunately, I've seen some sites spend, you know, they think they're going to spend 4 months on it, and they end up spending 12 to 18 months going through a rebuild of their data. And when they get there, it might not be where they actually wanted to go. And so I recommend call me right away, because if you're going through that process, I can guide you with best practices and make it more efficient. But also, like JLM as an example, you don't need to fix the data. Even if your data is abbreviated and full of cryptic industry terms, what I can do is actually I can use my tools and I can extract the value. It gets into what I was talking about, enrichment of data. And so no, you don't need to fix all your data first. Plus, you have an opportunity cost. If it's going to take you 12 months to fix the data, that's 12 months of your site making no forward progress, right?
Okay.
So
well,
the short answer is no, you don't have to fix it.
In order to stay true to time, I'm going to invite Craig Basson, who is CEO of EasyAsk, to jump back on camera. And Craig, if you want to go ahead and pull up your PowerPoint presentation. Ben, thanks so much, and make sure that you hang in here so that we can thank you at the very end in the conclusion of our program and see if we have anything else that populates for you as a question.
Thanks, Gloria. We'll pull it up. Worked. Okay, thanks everybody. Ben, great to see you again. And you know, Ben does do a great job. He certainly understands EasyAsk, and a lot of what he was able to do is because EasyAsk is the world's smartest e-commerce search engine and the embedded engine within Storefront. So let's dive right in. Oh, sorry. Sorry, there we go. So let's start with the state of the world today. You know, I was gonna say we're post-COVID, we're not, unfortunately, but we're getting there. Certainly, what's happened in the last couple of years has certainly changed the landscape. And when has e-commerce ever mattered more? The answer to that is it's never mattered more than now. What's interesting is that B2B e-commerce absolutely eclipsed B2C, and that was actually an interesting statistic that recently came up. But you can see that, you know, we're approaching $1.15 trillion in revenue. My expectation is most of the attendees today have got Storefront or something else and have a B2B site. So you've made the right first step, right? The question is now what? And I think my message to everybody today is, it's time to take that next step. It's time to do something, right? It's time to do everything you can to maximize your revenue, right? To increase your B2B presence, right? Increase your reachability to your shoppers. And we're going to show you how to do that today. Of the interesting statistics on the screen, I think probably the one that talks about millennials and how they shop might be the most important. So very briefly, about 2 years ago at Tug, Info announced that we're no longer going to be enhancing Storefront. And there was a session there saying, okay, if you're going to move on from Storefront, what are you looking at? And basically, this was not our session, but they basically said you're looking at 6 to 18 months of your life, something like $350,000 to $500,000 in costs. And these were enormous numbers to me. And I thought, there's a lot we could do because we were 2 or 3 releases beyond anything that Infor had ever released within Storefront. And that's the EasyAsk engine, right? So there's a lot of features and functions we had. My question at the time to the product manager was, what can we do to enhance what the Storefront base has access to, and how can we help drive more revenue? And the answer was you can start working directly with Storefront clients. So that was new, right? And it was very important. At that point, we started doing that. We started putting a strategy together, a roadmap together. What can we do to help you in your effort to have a more effective B2B site and drive more revenue? And what we found is that by enhancing EasyAsk, independent of whatever version of Storefront you're on, right? And by the way, most of the base is on Storefront version 12. We're on version 18, right? There's a tremendous amount of functionality that we can retrofit on your existing version of Storefront and provide a performance boost, a lot more functionality, completely reskin the site. If you have a Storefront site, candidly, you have something that looks a lot like AOL in 1986, right? It is not remotely compatible with smartphones or tablets, and we can fix all of that, and we have. And so what we've done is we have achieved all the benefits of replatforming, avoiding the 6 to 18 months of work, and had some clients have something like a 400% revenue boost. And that, in fact, did happen. I don't promise that number to anybody. 20%, 30%, 50%, 100%, we can do, and we have, right? And achieve 90% of all the features that you get in a new platform. That program is called EasyAsk Direct. And the reason this matters is that what we found in working with dozens and dozens of Storefront clients is the common message we get is we don't have the resources, right? Very few of the companies we've worked with have an extended IT team. It's 1 or 2 people trying to make things work. We do all the work, right? We do the upgrade, we do the concierge support, we do the training. In fact, we can take over complete support of Storefront. If you're interested, you may know that Infor has pared that down to about 2 people, but we can add features like search as you type. We call that, it's advanced autocomplete. But what that really means is that as you're typing your search, we're bringing back the results. And the way you maximize revenue is bringing back the right product the first time, every time, right? And EasyAsk does that, right? So we provide that banner management, landing pages. There's a lot of features and functions here. But one of the most important things we could do, again, is completely reskin your site and make it look like a site that was deployed last week instead of the previous century. So we talk about a roadmap, an e-commerce roadmap, and we actually have that. And it starts with connecting with us. And let's take a look at how well EasyAsk was deployed within the Storefront. It turns out that later in the game, as more and more versions of Storefront hit, EasyAsk really wasn't being configured correctly. So we can instantly fix that. And we've done it for many clients. We charge nothing for that. We want EasyAsk to run well. But most importantly, we want to work directly with you, excuse me, to make sure you're getting the exact results the first time. So the roadmap starts with just connecting with EasyAsk. Let's talk about how Storefront's working with you today. We'll make suggestions on how to improve that. Talk about the new features and functions that we can provide for EasyAsk Direct. Talk about the look and feel of your site and making sure that it's responsive and that it's mobile. Because as we said on the previous slide, millennials and many of us, me included, right, are doing most of our shopping now on a smartphone. In the B2C world, the vast majority of purchases are not in the e-commerce world, it's in the m-commerce world. And that's something that we can absolutely provide. And then if you've reached the point, and many clients have, where they reach end of life with Storefront and it's time to make a new decision, That's where EasyAsk B2B comes in, and it's a brand new site. It's a brand new B2B platform. It's incredibly intuitive. It's very advanced. Most importantly, it's a seamless migration from Storefront, right? We replicate the product catalog. We suck in all the analytics from EasyAsk, and you're up and running very, very quickly. Most of this we get done within 60 days. So what our program looks like, again, is let's do a version 16 upgrade. And for this, we're offering a free upgrade. And that is, we'll come in, we'll upgrade you today. We'll let you play with it for 2 months. If you don't have Studio, Studio is the most important component of EasyAsk. In my description of the Storefront base is those clients that are serious about B2B have Studio, and those that don't either didn't know about it because Infor didn't sell it, or didn't sell it hard enough, right? Or really don't understand the benefits of it. We'll provide that for you. We'll train you, let you play with it. You see all the benefits for 2 months, and then you can decide, is it working out for you? It looks like I'm reaching the end of time because I see Gloria has popped up, but I think very briefly, do the upgrade, work with us on our customer advisory board, right? We provide hotline support. Let us reskin your site and have all the benefits of the new site. Gloria, I think you're still muted.
It's been a while since I've been on these webinars. I'm telling you, it's kind of like riding a bicycle though. And thanks for the reminder to pedal.
Sure.
We do have a question for you. And the first question here is, how does AI help B2B e-commerce search?
Sure. It's a good question. So when we talk about artificial intelligence, everybody's talking about artificial intelligence. Nobody really talks about what does it mean and what does it do. So at the core of what EasyAsk is an AI-based natural language query engine. So what it means is we understand the data in your catalog, and we have a three-dimensional view of that data, which means we understand the synonyms of all the terms, right? So we understand how to find a product, number one. Number two, we understand the context of a question. So whether the question is typed or spoken, for example, you're on a smartphone, you just want to hit the microphone and do a search, we actually understand how to process that search. But it also extends to things like part number expanders. So many of you have part numbers. And so sometimes the shopper doesn't know the exact number. If you only have 4 characters, or maybe there's a hyphen in there, EasyAsk is going to find the right product the first time, every time. We have extended the ability through AI to understand how to find products through description or through part numbers.
Wonderful. I'm going to just take a quick tech moment and ask Ben, could you please mute yourself? I believe we're picking up your keystrokes from your keyboard, and that will be helpful in terms of moving forward. And I apologize, Scott should have gone in second place here. So Scott Freimeyer with Unilog, if you'll go ahead and jump on and present your first slide. Craig, thanks so much. And stay on because we might have some additional questions if we have additional time.
Okay, I'll be here.
All right. Thanks, Gloria. Good to be here with everybody in the Tug community. My name's Scott Freimeyer, Senior Vice President of Marketing at Unilog. If you are not familiar with us, we are the provider of digital commerce solutions for growth-oriented businesses. So if you are looking to increase your wallet share with your existing customers, if you're looking to grow sales beyond your current geography, if you're looking to increase your average order value, or maybe grow through a reduced transactional cost online, and create more stickiness, more loyalty with your current customer base, provide them with an awesome experience on your e-commerce site. Hopefully we are the partner for you. We've partnered with many Infor customers over the years, dozens of them, companies like Distribution International, Weingarts, Turtle and Hughes, Graybar Canada, Hill and Marks, most recently Cameron Ashley Building Products. They actually went live. They're killing it right now in the B2B e-commerce space. They went live at the beginning of this year. And in less than 6 short months, digital commerce already accounts for more than 10% of their overall revenue. They're doing somewhere north of $150,000 in sales online every day. So it's been a terrific success story, and we're always happy to work with the Infor customers as our partners. So we are here to elevate your business, to help drive that true business impact through digital commerce. And we believe that you have an opportunity with Unilog to take advantage of the best commerce plus content offering for B2B companies. I'll explain what that means in just a bit, but let's focus on the commerce side to begin with. So we have a leading B2B capabilities in digital commerce. Obviously, the things you would expect, the integration with your Infor platform, whether you're running CSD or SX or fax, you're going to get customer specific pricing, inventory availability. Your customers can view their invoice history, open orders, all the table stakes. But beyond that, leading capabilities like having your sales rep, if you want your sales reps to actually build a cart for your customers and then send that to them and have them approve it for purchase, you can do that. If you're looking to promote specific products to your customers, if you want to build a list of promoted products for an individual or the customer account as a whole, you can do that. And support for large complex catalogs, very powerful site search capabilities as well. So a lot of leading B2B commerce capabilities. But we firmly believe at Unilog that your success in digital commerce is not dependent just on the capabilities of the platform, but the content, the product data and content that you present on the site as well. And that's why one of the unique things about Unilog is we can also help you with that. We can provide you with enriched product data and product content for your catalog. So if you're familiar with a product detail page that maybe looks something like the image on your left there with no product images, no real good descriptions or specs or attributes, no brochures, no warranty information, right? And we can make that look something like the screenshot on your right. And I know it's hard to read, but I think you get the point. Really robust, awesome product content that answers questions for your customers. It attracts new buyers to your business. So it's that commerce plus content solution that really drives your success in digital commerce. And we can handle both. If you'd like, I could tell you a lot more about Unilog, but if you'd like an unbiased review of our platform and our company, there is an annual report that gets put out by Andy Hoare, who is an e-commerce, a B2B e-commerce expert when it comes to both business and strategy execution. He was a former Forrester analyst. Every year he puts out his combine report, and last year's report, Unilog led all 16 vendors in the space that he analyzed with the most gold medals. So he awards silver, gold, bronze medals in 10 different categories that he evaluates, everything from total cost of ownership to sales and channel enablement, content and data management. And actually, you can download this report on Unilog's site, so unilogcorp.com. Right there on the homepage, you'll see it. But if you can wait until tomorrow, Andy is releasing his 2021 version of the Combine report, I believe tomorrow morning. We're Tuesday now, right? So I think it's tomorrow morning on Wednesday, and we will have an update. So we'll have that updated report, and I can't say too much because we're kind of under embargo here until tomorrow. But I will say that Unilog, for the third straight year that this report has been given, is leading with the most overall gold medals in all the categories. So excited about that. More excited actually to share with you a big some big news for Infor clients, specifically SX customers. If you're looking to, perhaps you're on Storefront today and you're looking to migrate to a more modern platform, perhaps you're getting into digital commerce for the first time, we have a very aggressive new pricing model for the e-commerce platform, which is a 3-year contract subscription. And at a price point that if you are a single location distributor, our pricing for our platform now starts at just under $2,000 a month. By the way, that there are no upfront implementation costs for that. I'm going to let you digest that for a second. There are no upfront implementation costs for that new e-commerce site with leading B2B capabilities. If you're willing to go with sort of the out of the box foundational site that we can deliver with those leading B2B capabilities without all the customization, right? We can do that in a second phase after you go live if you have customized needs. But if you want to go with a core site, we have a very, very attractive price point. It includes the ERP integration. We've done so many SX integrations in the past. We know we can do this and do it fast in 90 days or less. And we'd love to talk to you about that opportunity. And then if you want to add a content subscription to that, we can do that as a subscription cost as well. So trying to get through the information quick here. If you'd like to look at more information on Unilog, check out our website, unilogcorp.com, or you can see the info at email there, as well as just reach out to me personally if you'd like, scott.freimeyer@unilogcorp.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Scott, we do have some questions for you. Number one is, do you have to be on the Unilog e-commerce platform to get the product data?
Oh, great question. I should have clarified that. No, you do not. We do content data enrichment for many customers who are potentially on a different e-commerce platform. We are product agnostic that way, so we can help you if you have a catalog of tens to hundreds of thousands of items, more than 1 million items, million SKUs in your database. We can do that product content enrichment, and you can use it in your existing commerce platform.
And you're running on schedules. I got one more question for you. Does Unilog provide punch out capability?
Another good question. Yes, we do. So punch out capability, if there's anybody who's not aware, many people are, I think, but the ability for your customers from within their own procurement system to punch out directly into your online catalog, your online site, build a cart, have that submitted back into their procurement system for approval. Yes, we have a great self-configurable punch out feature in the platform that can manage that for you. So yes, we have a number of customers. I mentioned Hill and Marks earlier. I know they do a lot of punch out as well.
Great. Scott, thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm going to invite Suresh Donovan from NishTech to come online and join us for his portion of the program today. Hi, Suresh. Good to
Hey
have you
there.
with us today.
Thank you. All right, let me share my screen. I hope everyone can see it. All right, NishTech is an award-winning full-service digital experience and e-commerce consultancy. We are headquarters in Cincinnati, Ohio. We excel at creating efficient, agile digital solutions to execute our customers' marketing strategy and e-commerce plan to perfect their digital presence by integrating best-of-breed technologies. So we are in the business for the last 10 years, delivering digital commerce solutions and working with our customers as a strategic partner. Our deep digital experience and a B2B and B2C knowledge, as well as our experience working with customers of different sizes, make us uniquely qualified to help build the digital ecosystem by improving customer experience and enabling our customers' internal team to maximize the platform investment they are making. One of the greatest challenges to the e-commerce sector is the lack of compatibility with the existing business, such as ERP, CRM, and PIM. Every business has their own unique processes and policies, and many have existing technology like proprietary account software or customer loyalty software. We help customers to navigate these critical considerations when building out their e-commerce platform using existing enterprise application connectors or by creating a custom solutions based upon our specific needs, based on our US specific needs. As a system integrators, we have extensive experience integrating and building custom connectors, plugins to several ERPs, CRM, payment processor, tax, logistics, and other third-party system. We have more experience with info ERPs, including SX.e and CSD. Our customers ranges from lower mid-market to enterprise customers. Some of our manufacturing distribution clients are listed here. You might have noticed most of them are info customers like APT, American Paper and Twine, Maintenance Applied Coders, Burmax, Northern Radiator, Nichols, Test Equity, and such more. Digility, delivering digital services with agility. As a full-service digital experience and e-commerce consultancy, we partner with you to evaluate your needs and select the best platform and then design and build a scalable solution that supports your entire digital transformation. Among the service we offer are digital strategy. We develop a customized plan based upon your business objectives and requirements that provides the foundation for achieving your digital goals. Creative and user experience. Your digital presence creates a lasting impression about your brand. So it goes a long way towards driving customer loyalty. Our user experience experts craft designs based upon customer data and industry best practices. Implementation and integration. We use our proven project management methodology to promote adaptive planning and evolutionary development and delivery. We employ an iterative approach that encourages rapid and flexible response to changes. Marketing and conversion. We create unique user experience with the goal of helping you identify appropriate opportunities to target and personalize content based on what users are looking for at each stage of the customer journey. We can do the entire solutions, service offerings, or we can come in where you need us, and then we deliver solutions based on that portion of the digital services here. Here's some of the list of service offering we provide for digital strategy. We do a competitive business analysis, SWOT analysis, e-commerce strategy, such and more. And then if you are in process of doing a platform assessment, we do that as well too. And in terms of the user experience design, how we deliver customer journey analysis, we build user testing, user experience, taxonomy, and much more, and mobile first design as well. And we are in the Microsoft tech stack. So we do custom development, we build integrations, we deliver digital experience platform implementation, provide managed services, and we do several other integrations. We also do have Xamarin practice that deliver mobile experience solutions. And coming to the marketing side of the things, we build analytics, digital marketing solution, personalization capabilities, and deliver conversion that you are looking for. E-commerce customers expect the same features and informations across, regardless of whether they are a B2B or a B2C. Most effective commerce experience requires enhanced personalized content, and best way to do that is no longer in selling and marketing experience. NishTech partnered with the leading digital experience platform, a B2B commerce platform like Optimizely and Scorecard, to deliver a comprehensive commerce solutions that will exceed your expectation. Optimizely B2B Commerce Cloud, formerly known as Inside Commerce, is architected for manufacturers and distributors and goes beyond commerce to connect people, products, and challenges to rich omnichannel experiences. We have over 10 years of experience delivering Optimizely B2B Commerce solutions for our customers. Scorecard Cloud, with Scorecard Cloud, we will design your own e-commerce marketplace application with an API-first headless cloud platform for B2B, B2C, and also B2X. Organizations of all sizes across the industries will benefit from the expanded capabilities, need for less upfront cost, investment, continuous innovation, and dramatically shorter the time to value and ability to enable Scorecard to define digital experience market moving forward. You can find more details in our website under nishteching.com digital commerce. NishTech has been delivering Optimizely B2B Commerce Cloud solutions for over 10 years. With our combined expertise in delivering digital experience and a B2B commerce solution, we wanted to provide a quick to launch, rich, personalized B2B shopping experience for brand-conscious manufacturers and distributors. We built this accelerator natively using Optimizely digital experience platform by leveraging their B2B Commerce Cloud, formerly Insight, as a headless commerce engine. Our accelerator is a fully functional B2B commerce experience that allows brands to easily set up personalized product catalog, optimize supporting content, and start selling products in a matter of weeks. This accelerator is ready for the market with all the B2B Commerce Cloud features along with the feature-rich B2B commerce experience developed by our product team. That completes my presentation. Thanks for your time. You can reach out to me directly via email, or you can find us online in one of the links that is provided here.
Suresh, thanks so much. We do have a question for you. What is NishTech's experience with Infor products?
Quite a lot of experience. We have a lot of our customers or Infor customers. We have migrated several Storefront customers to the Insight Commerce platform. We have customers on SX.e. We have done custom integration to the SX.e, and we also did a custom integration for CSD customers as well too. So we have some of our customers, Infor customers, migrated from SX.e to CSD. We supported that migration in that and update their integration that they have on the e-commerce platform.
And Suresh, don't go away, because if we have time, we're going to circle back to everyone on the showcase and come back with maybe another question or two as they do continue to populate in front of me. So without any further ado, John, I'm going to ask you to jump on camera with us. John is with Optimizely, and you go ahead and take control of the screen now, John.
Excellent. Can you see my screen?
In full view.
All right, great. Well, thank you all for the time today. My name is John Green. I lead the manufacturing and distribution vertical at Optimizely. We're formerly Insight, and you may have heard of us as Insight. Longstanding relationship with Tug as well. My focus is spent the last 25 years focusing on helping customers deliver value and deliver business outcomes, the last 15 of which has been focused on software. Here we go. And so what I wanted to quickly touch on today is high level. Just to quickly, Optimizely is focused on B2B manufacturers and distributors solely. It's an all-in-one platform, meaning it has CMS, content management system. It has commerce capability. It has a native mobile application. It has analytics. It has a product information management system, all in one. It also includes integration, an integration framework, and a specific set of accelerators and connectors to ERPs like Infor Fax, Infor SX.e, Cloud Suite for distribution. We're an industry leader you saw Paradigm earlier, also Forrester B2B Wave, IDC, and Gartner. So we like to say that we have both high competency in terms of the platform in delivering business outcomes, but we also have a stable of raving fan customers. We have a net promoter score that's hovering in the mid 50s, and in the last 4.5 years, our cloud platform, we've had one customer leave us. So our retention rates are, in the 99.x retention rates. We are solely focused and built for B2B. We are a cloud-based solution that includes any upgrades. So there's no cost for upgrades, includes hosting, includes everything that you need to run your commerce platform. And we're focused very much on business outcomes, and I'll talk about that here in a moment. We currently have over 74 customers that are integrated on Infor. In fact, Infor ERP is the most predominant ERP that we are integrated to. As I mentioned, we have connectors to SX.e or CSD, Fax, and A+. We have over $4 billion in revenue flowing through the platform that supports those 74 Infor customers. And they're also doing, those customers combined, those 74 are doing over 1.7 million digital self-service events per month. So think of everything other than ordering. So all the things that your CSRs, the types of requests that your CSRs would manage, can migrate through the platform, whether it's a request for quote, whether it's a quick order, whether it's looking up product information, pricing, inventory, comes through the platform. I talked a little bit about our Net Promoter Score, which is, again, a customer satisfaction score, and our retention scores, and then the leadership in the industry. And really that sole focus on solving for the complexity of B2B e-commerce. Because one of the things that we find in this space is that there are a lot of platforms, but ultimately the platform has to deliver value. At the end of the day, that's what you're investing in. And if the platform's not driving adoption, and it's not driving things like share of wallet growth or customer retention or digital self-serve or stickiness, if it's not delivering these things, then it's ultimately not worth the money invested. And so this is what we call our business value scorecard. And these are the business outcomes that, that our customers expect from the platform and that we lead them to help deliver. These are the capabilities that are required in order to deliver those outcomes. And these are capabilities that are all native to the platform. We've been focused on this space for, as I mentioned before, the last 18 years. And these are the type of capabilities that ultimately drive things like share of wallet growth or digital self-service. And these, again, are all native to the platform and configurable. Some examples of these are things like when you're trying to drive share of wallet growth, search that shows categories, it shows specific brands, it shows specific content and products, obviously. Things like intelligent recognition of mid-part numbers. So you know part of the part number, you find the product you're looking for. Type ahead search. Again, searchability is absolutely critical, as you know, and findability of your products is critical, especially if you're a larger distributor. We have the in share of wallet also the ability to create lists, configure list reminders, upload lists, share lists with teams. These are capabilities that are heavily used and heavily drive share of wallet. Other areas that drive share of wallet, for example, would be things like promotions. We have a very robust promotion engine that is part of the platform. And you can see here, here's the configuration capability, and here's the applied promotion, but a very, very deep promotions engine. We also have things like on the digital self-service side, a very robust My Account capability. So this is for your customers to manage their buyers within their company. So the ability to request quote, order approval workflow, all of that is native to the platform. And these are the types of capabilities. Also things like dealer lookup, dealer locator, product document download, quick order capabilities. These are the types of capabilities that drive that stickiness, that drive that adoption, and ultimately drive the the shift toward growth, share of wallet growth, and stickiness. And these are what those types of results would look like. So again, customers like Morsco, where they're doing over 200, actually now 250,000 digital self-service events every month. You can see here the operational efficiency saves, the ability to move a lot of that transactional activity online, which is what your customers desire. And it also frees up your CSRs and sales reps to add much more value to the relationship that they have in growing your customer, base. So again, I'm not going to go into detail here, but this is our North Star. And this is what we do to manage our customers to these types of outcomes. In fact, we have a very robust customer success team that is focused on helping our customers get the intended value out of the platform. And it's a combination of high touch, it's a combination of trail guide, it's a combination of analytics and scorecarding, again, to help manage our customers to success. Because ultimately, these are not easy initiatives, right? These are business transformational. This is probably the most important initiative that you're going to do in your business over the next 3 to 5 years to establish your ability to grow your business, and over the coming generations. And so it's mission critical to do it right, and to do it with a partner that not only provides the technology, but also provides the partnership, the collaboration, the customer success focus in order to help get you there. And this is sort of this is kind of our North Star. We have, as I mentioned, a very high net promoter score. And our bar is what we call raving fans. We want to make a raving fan out of every customer. And that again is why, in the last 4.5 years in our cloud platform, we've only had one customer who is just a non-strategic customer that never really adopted leave us. And it's very important to us. So please reach out to me if you have any questions, or you want to talk about how we could support your business, or if we're a good fit. And I appreciate your time.
John, thank you so much. We do have a question for you. What does success typically look like for your customers in the first 2 years?
Yeah, it varies from customer to customer, but it's a combination of driving adoption. It depends on their current adoption, but we like to see adoption for a new platformer grow from kind of zero, or we see a lot of customers that have a 0.5% or 1% of their business online, and they've been working with the platform for 4 or 5 years. We typically see that in the first couple of years grow to call it 10 to 15%, sometimes higher. We're also like to look at the increase in revenue growth of digitally engaged customers, both online and offline, because they feed one another. We like to see that grow to about 7 to 8%. And we like to see our customers running at between 20 and 30,000 digital self-service events per month, at the end of between that first and second year.
Sounds very fruitful. Thanks, John. I'm going to invite all of our presenters to come back online and to also unmute yourselves, because I do have a little bit of time left. We have about 7 minutes left before we have to jump off, and want to invite all of you to come in here, because we might have some questions for you to populate. Also, Scott had given a shout out, but he did it to panelists. Scott, I tried to ping you and let you know behind the scenes. He said, Ted, good to see you online. Hope all is well with you. So Ted, you've got some goodwill there. Ben, have a question for you. I have the EasyAsk Studio, but I have never used it. Where should I begin? Ben?
I'm double mute. I'm double muted. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, a good place to begin with the studio is, of course, with training, if you haven't had any training yet. But my favorite place to begin is with analytics, right? And that's why my training course begins with teaching you how to make use of the analytics and to find what is actionable in the analytics, because it doesn't do any good to fix something that isn't going to have an impact on your users.
Excellent. Next question is for Suresh. Suresh, can you give examples of some B2B e-commerce projects that NishTech has worked on?
There are several for customers like we talked about. So we do have customers, whether by leveraging the Optimizely products, customers were transforming from their custom homegrown solutions for over 10 years, and they wanted to upgrade that over to the new digital transformation. So we worked with them to select Optimizely as the platform and implement that for them. So that's one. That's like somebody who wants to quick to go to market. That's a type of implementation. And if it goes beyond that, we want a very custom integration to all their portal applications and customizations. We have done that extensively as well too.
Wonderful. And by the way, to the attendees that are online, thank you so much for designating which company these questions are for. It helps me tremendously. So I appreciate that. Craig, this one's for you at EasyAsk. What specifically helps drive more revenue?
Well, certainly search, right? When search works well, it certainly does that. Number one, building out some of the more advanced features that we've got, part number expander, et cetera, makes it easier to find products. Certainly expanding the reach and expanding the look and feel of the website has an enormous impact on that. So being able to take your site and completely reskin it, so it's got an intuitive user experience, and then take it mobile certainly helps do that as well. There's a whole slew of features and functions we can build, and making sure analytics works well. I mean, for example, checking your no results reports. There are so many storefront clients that don't even know how to do that. And that's something that should be done every day. And EasyAsk will automatically send you a report saying, these are the terms that were searched for that brought back no results. You should never return a no results page, never. So it's the analytics, right? The advanced features that we provide.
I think Amazon is probably the best clarifier of that in terms of getting people with call to action to buy something. I know it works for me.
Oh, they do. And by the way, I mean, they have some of the best search in the industry. EasyAsk, candidly and truthfully, is a smarter search engine than Amazon.
Really?
And if you try a complex mobile voice search, EasyAsk does a brilliant job. We understand the words that matter. We understand the words that don't, because when people speak, they just talk. They don't speak in keywords. They don't speak in short phrases. They just start chatting sometimes. And they may say something like, hey, I'm looking for men's red ski jackets under $300. EasyAsk returns the exact right result. We understand the terms to ignore. Hey, I'm looking for junk words, but we understood product. We understood gender. We understood color. We understood price constraint. When every one of our competitors is going to return a product with the word under in it. Somehow.
Fascinating. John, this next question is for you at Optimizely. How long does it take to implement the platform?
It depends. I mean, it's typically on the shorter end, I'd say we have customers that will implement in 90 to 120 days, and then it goes up from there. But a typical implementation is 4 to 5 months. That's pretty typical.
Okay, great. Back to you, Ben. Do I need a license to the EasyAsk Studio to work with you?
You don't need a license to the EasyAsk Studio to work with me, but it is something that I recommend to people, right? I'm a big fan of, the concept of teach somebody to fish rather than feed them a fish. And so, while I can go in and, my plug-in power-up solutions, they do just plug right in. You don't need the studio in order for them to work, but they are, it is something I recommend to people to get.
Wonderful.
It's good stuff, right? It's definitely worth
that
it.
is That is good stuff. Suresh, I'm going to bounce back to you. Does NishTech provide services beyond just e-commerce site development? And can you give some examples of previous work?
Yes, so we are in the digital experience and e-commerce world. So on top of the B2B, B2C experience that we deliver for our customers, we also deliver digital experience implementation for a healthcare vertical. We have done it for higher education vertical. So deliver the entire customer journey mapping and deliver the experience for them to drive the conversion they're looking for.
Great. My final question I'm going to pose is for Craig so that we can honor everyone's time. You've all hung in there. We appreciate our online audience. Great turnout today. How much resource, Craig, how much resource do we have to provide?
None, right? You need to provide access, right? If you can give us access, we could take everything from there. Obviously, it would be good to get trained, as Ben has pointed out. So if we've done an upgrade, take it to version 16, a new version, a completely new user experience for Studio, we certainly want to get you trained, but we can do all the work.
That is so wonderful to hear. Well, also a big shout out from Ted back to Scott. He says, glad to be able to join today. All is well, just some changes at Delco. So that's for you, Scott. That concludes all of our questions. First of all, hooray for all of you that have joined us as presenters today. Thank you so much, Scott, Craig, Ben, Suresh, and John. We really appreciate you being here and sharing what it is that your product delivers to all of our N4 distribution users. So also thank you so much to all of you who have joined us today. We'd like to invite those of you who are members of TUG to continue this discussion online in the members only forums. Our next partner webinar will be a week from today, Tuesday, July 27th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, as Unformed shares their business process automation solutions review. So watch your inbox, watch the forum boards for the registration link, along with any upcoming content as well. For those of you who aren't members of TUG, I always say, why not? So jump on over to www.theusergroup.org and join us today. You won't regret your membership. And so without any further ado, as they say in Hollywood, folks, that's a wrap.